Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is Calvin from Memos Tech Tips, and I'm bringing you a part two, or the second video actually, of just things that I do on a regular basis. So right now I'm making some Ethernet cables, and I just want to show you guys if you're interested in making your own Ethernet cable, the exact size. It's really simple, and you get exactly what you need. You don't get like extra 10 feet of cable and then you need to like tie up. So it's pretty cool. And I'm making like 15 or 20 cables for the patch panel that I showed you guys last time. And I'm making that for the office. So let me show you guys real quick. So here you already see that I've been cutting cable already. So we have some Ethernet cable that I already cut. There's like I just had some spare from all the wire that I was managing over there. I was running, so I decided just to make the patch cables from that. And you guys should know that you have different types of categories. And when it comes to Ethernet cable, you have category 5, 5E, and you have category 6, 6A, and then 6E, or 6E and then 6A. So the differences is how far you have to run the cable, the data speed that you want the cable to run at. So like category 5 was the standard, then category 5E took that standard. As you can see there, when you look at a cable, you'll see category 5. So I can zoom in on it. There we go. So category 5E. So you could run category 5E cable at very short distances, and it could run at gigabit speeds. People think that you have to have Cat 6 to run at gigabit speeds, but you don't. You can actually run 5E as long as it's short enough, and you can gain the same speeds. So then you have like category 6. If it's really, let's say I think it's more than 50 meters. And you still want category 6, you want gigabit speeds, then you're going to have to get a category 6. And then if you want even more, if you have even more length and you want the same speed, you're going to have to get like category 6E. Alright? And then you have things like shielded and non-shielded cables that protect it against other frequencies. And then, especially in an industrial area, like let's say I'm in New York, so like I wouldn't use shielded, and let's say residential Bronx area or uptown Manhattan, but you'll use shielded in like corporate building or downtown because there's so much interference down there that you don't want any noise in the line. It can impact speed, it can impact data transfers, and you can lose a lot of stuff. So here I cut the cable, right? So you cut the cable. I have some tools here, and I have my crimper, so you can crimp the cable on the end. And I have this is just to cut the cable and splice it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys real quick. And man, I cannot do. I need to get like a camera holder because I cannot do this with. There we go. So you basically take the cable and you figure out the length that you want first. So I want a foot, and then you just cut about, I want to say, how much did about half an inch. Yeah, about half an inch. And then you rotate it, you take that off, and here we got you can see the cables inside. So this is 4 pair of wires. So it's in total of 8 wires. They're color coded. So you got orange, blue. Here you go. You got orange, blue, green, and brown. Solid. And then for each of those wires, you have a one with a white stripe. So you can kind of tell there. That's the orange stripe. So you're going to want to basically take them And so, oh, you also have two standards of when you put the end of it, the end connectors. So these are the end pieces, right? So when you start from the, so I'm gonna show you guys, right? So that's pin number 1 all the way to the left, all the way to pin number 8 on the right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from left to right if you hold it like this, right? So there's two different types of connection endpoints. You have T568B and T568A. So the difference between those two, let me show you on the screen real quick because I pulled it up for you guys, is you have over here, oh, my AC just turned on, turn that off. And so you see here, this is the A standard. So we got stripe green, green, stripe orange, blue, stripe blue, orange, stripe brown, and then brown. That's for the A. And for the B, we have stripe orange, orange, stripe green, blue, stripe blue, green, stripe brown, and then brown. So the difference is that the A was the standard because of basically AT&T had like a lockdown on the whole United States, especially when it came to like building the infrastructures. This was the standard that they used for the cables. So it was the same standard that was implemented when it came to Ethernet because it was backwards compatible with their system. But little by little, you started using this standard, and you can basically Wikipedia and find out more information. But this is the standard that we're going to use. This is a world wide standard now, which is the T568B standard. So one thing you want to do when you buy cables, also like in Staples and stuff like that, you're gonna find this standard. Okay, when you usually buy cables at a store, Ethernet cables, or they come with your modem, this is the standard that they're arranged in the cable. Okay, so at the place where I'm at right now, I do believe the standard is they're using A because it's an older office, but I'm gonna switch everything to B. And I was told that it doesn't matter if it's A or B because newer computers have auto correction. It doesn't matter what arrangement you have them in the wire, because the computer's network card auto corrects for, like, let's say if you put the blue, where the green is supposed to be. So let's say you mess up and you didn't notice, your Ethernet card should correct that and automatically detect by communicating with the other endpoint, like, hey, it's in the wrong place. So I'm gonna shoot you the blue. I'm gonna shoot the data that's supposed to go through the blue, but I'm gonna shoot it through the green. So things like that. So it should autocorrect. But since I think I just don't want to take any chances at the office, I'm gonna just change them all to B, just to be safe. And I don't want no problems with compatibilities. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So now that I have all the wires separated, right? I have all those wires separated. So now we're gonna do the order. We're gonna go. Hold on a sec. We're gonna go. It's stripe orange, then solid orange, right? And then stripe blue. Stripe green, and then solid blue, then stripe blue. So you're gonna wanna try to get them together, right? And then we have solid green, and then we got striped brown, and then solid brown. Actually, I'm gonna put that underneath there. So you know, you gotta like arrange them so they can stay. So once you have them all in order, you basically just want to like, basically you're gonna wrestle with them for them to stay in position. Oh, give me a second. Stop it. Okay. So, see, I kind of like wrestled with them, and they're kind of staying in the position they're supposed to be in. Right? So it's gonna be like stripe, solid, stripe, solid, stripe, solid, stripe, solid. All right. So as you can see, they're like not even. They're like the greens are poking out more than the rest. So that's when you're gonna take this cutter. My dog is scratching over there. You're gonna take the cutter right there, and you're gonna just make them all even. And I'm gonna have to cut it again because I messed up. There we go. So now they're all even. Look at that. Nice. So depending on the connector you get, the end piece, you just stick them in there. You gotta try to get them all to stay in position, and hope they meet at the end part the same way they're supposed to be. If not, you're gonna take it out and try it again. Or if you have the little kit that I bought that brings like this little wire holder, right? So you put this on there first. These are from Trip Light. I want to say Trip Light, yeah. So you put this on there. So you make sure they're in order. And again, you have to wrestle with these things. You might have to, I'm going to have to probably cut them again. It's kind of tedious, but when it's all said and done, it comes out pretty nice. And why you might ask yourself, why don't you just buy the wire? Well, because it's cheaper to make your own. Especially if you have so much extra Ethernet cable. It might take a couple hours, but you'll save a couple of $100. So there we go. I just cut it again, and now it's fitting in there. So it's basically a wire holder. So I'm going to put it in position so you guys can see it. So that little piece is holding all the wires, right? And then now it's very simple for me to, now I'm going to double check, and that blue, it's in the right spot, and the green, and then everything. Okay, so now I'm going to take it and just put it in there. There we go. And I'm going to secure it. Give me a second. Okay, so it's in there now, but it's still loose, and that's when the cripper comes in. You take this, you find the RJ45, put it in there, squeeze down, and bingo. There you go. You got your own Ethernet cable, nice and secure. All the wires are in place. It's very nice. And you do the same thing on the other side, right? You do it on this side, and you'll have, I've done a couple here already. Well, more than a couple. So you can tell right there, I have about 10 or 12 or something like that. So these are just the patch cables that are going to connect the patch panel to the switch. Right? So they don't need to be that long. So right now they have like 2 feet cables there, and they don't need 2 feet cables. They just need these little ones right there. So I hope you enjoyed my little tutorial on how to make an Ethernet cable. And yep, it's pretty simple. Just takes a little bit of wrestling. My fingertips actually hurt because I've made so many. They actually get like a little bit sore. So hey, to save a couple of bucks, you need to feel a little bit of pain, I guess. So thanks again for watching, and like, subscribe, and favorite this video. Share it with your friends, your tech friends. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them at the bottom. So again, this is part 2 on just stuff that I work on. Have a good day or good night. Peace.